guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Vanessa. In today's video, I'm going to be reading through some of my book of the month backlist. If you recall, a couple of weeks ago, I announced that we're doing another round of the book of the month reading challenge. I will leave that video linked down below so that you can check it out. Throughout the year, I really just try to dedicate some time to some of the book subscription boxes that I've had in the past. While I am currently not subscribed to anything, I do still have quite a long book of the month backlist. The announcement video also has my TBR in it as well. So I wanted to do something fun with this week's vlog, and I wanted to go ahead and use tarot cards to pick my reads for the week. So in case you're interested in what tarot deck I have the Teddy tarot deck. It's super cute. Just adorable. Like, there's tons of really cute cards, and I haven't found anything that is cuter than this one that I really like. But I thought it'd be really fun to go through and just shuffle up cards and pull a couple and see out of the couple that I choose maybe what prompts that I would get. And the prompts that I'm using for this week's challenge is the ones from the Tarot Readathon. I'll also link the announcement videos for that as well. By the time this video goes up, the month will have passed and will be in August, but just so you know, like, what I am pulling cards for and what my prompts are going to be going towards. So I've shuffled up my deck here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull 3, I think. And I will go and look up what those 3 prompts are. So the first one that we have here is the Two of Cups. We have the Lovers. I love this card so much. And then we also have the Chariot. So I'm going to go look up what these 3 cards are real quick. So for the Two of Cups, this is to read a book that explores the theme of partnership or the power of 2. For the Lovers card, it's to read a book featuring a romance. That's pretty easy. And then for the Chariot, it's to read a thriller. So I think these are actually some pretty good choices. I'm not really sure what I want to go with yet, but let me go maybe pick out some books first. That might help me decide what I want to read based on what I have available to me. I am standing on my chair again, but let's see what options I have. So I was thinking for the thriller book, I would read Not That I Could Tell by Jessica Strasser. I was thinking that Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver could either be the partnership or power of 2 or a romance. This one would probably work better for a partnership because I think that's kind of what they do. So that might be a good one for that prompt. That prompt could also work for Catherine Center's The Bodyguard. This could also be a romance, but I'm thinking that one of these 3 books is more like what I'm in the mood for. Now that I'm not standing on my reading chair anymore, these are the 3 books. We have The Bodyguard, we have Not That I Could Tell, and we have Leather and Lark. I'm indifferent on which of these 3 to start, so I think maybe what I'll just do is just kind of like shuffle these up, and whichever one I like put in front of the camera is the prompt that I'm gonna have to read. And I'm trying really hard to just shuffle them, and I have no idea where the cards are. I really don't. Okay, so we're gonna choose, I want the middle one. All right, this one, the Chariot. The Chariot is to read a thriller. Well, I did say that I wanted fast-paced. After this past week, I read some very, very boring books. I'm really hoping that this one is fast-paced and it's good. This is from March 2018, and I did pick this up from a little free library, so it's not one that I personally purchased, but let's see what it says. Okay, so it says, drinks in hand, a group of neighborhood women gather around a fire pit to enjoy a Saturday night of laughter and shared secrets. The single newcomer, the imperfect mom, the newborn parents, the military wife, the almost divorcee. By Monday morning, one of them is gone. An innocent night of fun has shocking repercussions in Not That I Could Tell, the next page turner from Jessica Strasser. It looks like this one is about 322 pages, so I'm hoping that I get through quite a bit and I rack up some points for myself, because the whole point of the Book of the Month reading challenge is not to read as many books as you can, but it's to read as many pages as you can. The fortunate thing here is that I'll be able to count these books towards the readathons that I'm participating in this month, but for my personal challenge of reading down my book of the month shelves, it's perfect because I just picked this one up. I can read it and decide if I want to keep it or unhaul it. Speaking of unhauling, I'm literally about to go film a unhaul video. I have all my books right behind me, ready to go, ready to talk about. So I'm just like trying to mentally prepare myself for literally talking for probably like an hour.
Maybe I just don't know shit at all. 'Cause every time I think I found the one, it always ends in a disaster. Then we act like we'll stay friends. Maybe I just don't know shit at all. I'm so sick of love, and honestly I think I've had enough. I'm so done with love.
So it's the next day, it's Monday the 21st, and I'm about 52% into Not That I Could Tell, and I'm really bored. I really don't know what's going on. I'm likely going to finish this and unhaul this. I'm gonna stick it out. I do have the audiobook, so I'll just push through. At this point in time, I just feel kind of bored. We're just trying to figure out where this missing woman went, and I don't even know if she's dead, if she's alive, if she just left because she's tired of shit. I don't know. But yesterday, I recorded a book unhaul, and in that book unhaul, I was talking about a couple of books that had like rich people drama or like a domestic thriller type of thing. I just don't think these are tropes for me. So I may need to do a little bit more unhauling of some books if I find that they have some of those tropes, because I'm feeling like that is kind of what this one is. It's like family drama, like a neighborhood type of drama, and I just don't really care about these books. Like, they're not thrilling to me. I don't feel I'm a detective. There's too many perspectives going on and only one narrator. That's really hard with the audiobook, is when you've got so many different characters, and in the book they're talking in first person from the perspective of the characters, but the book is actually written in third person. That always throws me off with audiobooks. So there's a couple of things with this book that I'm just like not vibing with, and I'm ready for it to be over. I'm just gonna keep listening, like I said, because I'm a completionist. Like, I really want to DNF. I probably should DNF because it's not gonna be worth it for me, but there's that little inkling of like, what if it is? And so that little inkling is enough to drive me to finish this book. Honestly, right now I'm feeling very 2 stars. And you're like, Vanessa, just DNF. Like, we're not having a great time. I just can't do it. I'm sorry, guys. Unless it was like super problematic and like 1-star behavior, I just can't. I mean, like I said, if it ends up being a 2-star, it ends up being a 2-star, but I'm sure as hell gonna finish it and give it that chance so that I know that it's a 2-star and maybe not like a 3-star. I don't know. That's just how I live my life. Don't come for me. So I'm gonna get to work and I'm gonna listen to this book while I do some work, but hopefully things get better for me.
Your parents came in the cul-de-sac, leaned back in a leather-clad seat, pack of spirits in your Prada bag. Suburban summer 17 was a roller coaster ride, a manic pixie dream girl right beside me, and she said she liked me.
So I'm nearly done with this book. I think I have like 80 or so pages. I still don't care what is going on in this book. At this point, I just want to know if the lady is alive or not, and like what happened. She took some kids. She took twins. I think they're her kids, but she took them without telling anybody, and I don't know. I'm trying to piece things together. If you had the question, is this a good book? Not that I could tell. It's not going so well, and I'm glad to be done in less than 3 hours. Once I finish this book, I am gonna try to pick one of the other books that you saw previously. So it was The Bodyguard or Leather and Lark, but I thought it would be fun to actually see what a third option could be. So let me actually, I'm gonna take the Chariot and put it in the very back of my deck, or like take it out of my deck so that I can't use it. And I had the Two of Cups and the Lovers, so those will get put to the side. But I'm gonna just shuffle up my deck here. So I'm shuffling, and then I'm gonna just like pick whatever just fell out of my deck. So that would be Oh, this one. What is this? This is the 8 of Swords. So what does the 8 of Swords correspond to? Read a book from a genre that you don't typically read. Okay, I'm gonna go find a book for that. So I'm gonna go with The Lion Women of Tehran by Marjan Kamali. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. This cover is beautiful. Like, I love this. And the back even has this little, the Lolly finalist. I don't even know what this is called. Like gloss detailing on the back. But this one is a historical fiction, like coming of age story, and it has really, really good ratings on Goodreads. It currently has a 4.49 with over 100,000 ratings, so it's gotta be good, right? So this will be my third selection, and then once I finish Not That I Could Tell, I'll pick up either this, Leather and Lark, or The Bodyguard, and we'll go from there.
But I bet it was a right thing running up at the wrong time. And I think maybe if I'd held on tight, she'd still be sitting by my side. I'll never know.
Hello and welcome back. It is day 3 of the Book of the Month reading challenge. I have finished Not That I Could Tell, and this is going to be immediately on hold. I think I'm gonna rate this 2 stars. I was really bored. Now I will say it did have like a nice end message, but I felt like this story didn't really need all the other stuff in between. I'm just gonna spoil this for you guys because I don't know if anyone's read this or even cares to read this, but if you don't want to hear spoilers, just like skip ahead to where I'm holding up the next book. In the end, the woman is alive. She had left an abusive relationship with one of the men who lived in the neighborhood, and he was trying to like pass off as being this loving father who just wanted his children back, and he doesn't know why his wife or ex-wife, I don't really know their relationship because I wasn't paying that much attention, but he's like, why did she leave me? Like, what's going on? She left because she was being abused, and she didn't want him to find her, so she like quietly left and took the kids and didn't want them to be part of that relationship. And at the end it came back, and like I guess the women are sitting around their campfire this thing, whatever, and they're chatting about like, oh, like their relationships with each other and how they're happy that what's her face, Kristen, I think was her name, how like she got out of that situation. And then the husband or ex-husband, whoever he is, I think his name is Paul, he went to jail. So that's the ending. All the stuff in between from the beginning to the last, I don't know, 2 chapters or so, unnecessary. It was all about like, where is she, and doing an investigation. If you like that kind of stuff, cool. I was just utterly bored. I even fell asleep listening to this book. So I think I would probably rate this like a 2-star. Like, it wasn't terrible. It just did not capture my attention, and I just don't feel like the 322 pages was worth it. So I'm gonna be unhauling this. I'm here for it. More space on my shelves. Then I picked up The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. This is a fake dating situation, and the woman is actually the bodyguard in this story. So let me read the synopsis to you. She's got his back, he's got her heart, they've got a secret. What could possibly go wrong? Hannah Brooks looks more like a kindergarten teacher than somebody who could kill you with a corkscrew, or a ballpoint pen, or a dinner napkin. But the truth is, she's an executive protection agent, aka bodyguard. And she just got hired to protect superstar actor Jack Stapleton from his middle-aged corgi breeding stalker. Jack Stapleton's a household name. He's captured by paparazzi on beaches the world over and famous for, among other things, rising out of the waves in all manner of clingy board shorts and glistening like a Roman deity. But a few years back, in the wake of a family tragedy, he dropped from the public eye and went off the grid. When Jack's mom gets sick, he goes home to the family's Texas ranch to help out. Only one catch. He doesn't want his family to know about his stalker or the bodyguard thing. And so Hannah, against her will and better judgment, finds herself pretending to be Jack's girlfriend as a cover, even though her ex says no one will believe it. Hannah hardly believes it herself, but the more time she spends with Jack, the more real it all starts to seem. And therein lies the heartbreak. because it's easy for Hannah to protect Jack, but protecting her own long neglected heart, that's the hardest thing she's ever done. So I'm actually breezing through this book quite a bit. I had some doctor's appointments this morning that I was running around to, and while I was getting ready, so I think I'm up to chapter 6, which is like page 54. So I'm making some good progress. This book is relatively short at 302 pages, so I'm pretty hopeful that I'll get through probably half of this today. Just kind of depends on where I end up with work and stuff, but I'm having a great time with this. Like, this is 1,000 times better than that last book that I read. I do love Catherine Center and her writing. I feel like her books are really good. Like, there's great emotional pull. You can understand how the characters are feeling, and the relationships usually make sense. Like, it's not some stupid breakup that they go through, and there's usually some sort of family element in it for the reason why the people meet, or the reasoning for why they might be in the emotional situation that they're in. So I'm really excited to read The Bodyguard and see where this relationship goes. I feel like you guys never get to see my actual office, but this is like part of my office. I am reading The Bodyguard still. I am, I think, a little over halfway through the book at this point. I'm on page 160, and if I recall, there was like 302 pages, so making great progress. Absolutely loving the story. I'm feeling very much like a 4 stars right now, and I feel like this is the type of fast-paced story that I was looking for. I didn't need it to be thrilling or anything like that, but I needed something that just felt like I was flying through the pages, and this is definitely feeling like that. So in this story, we have Hannah and Jack. Is that his name? Yeah, Jack. So Hannah and Jack are paired up because Hannah is his bodyguard. He is like the sexiest man alive or something, does some sort of modeling movie stuff. I'm not really sure exactly. Hannah gets assigned to be his bodyguard, and she reluctantly agrees. His mom is actually sick. She has cancer. I don't think they stated what stage cancer that she has, but she asks, kind of like as a dying wish, for Hannah to come to their ranch or whatever for the next couple of weeks until Thanksgiving. And I forgot to mention that they don't know that she is his bodyguard. This is like a fake dating trope, so they think that she is his girlfriend. She gets there and she's just kind of engaging with the family, doing fun stuff, and they're obviously growing closer together. It's very much giving off, he's like golden retriever and she's black cat vibes. She's a little bit more like standoffish and sassy. So she's just trying to play off that she is this girlfriend and that she doesn't really know how to do all the bodyguard stuff that she does. So like the most recent scene that I read was she is shooting a rifle at these like bottles or whatever with I think the father, I can't remember who. He's teaching her how to do it, and in her head she's like, oh yeah, like I know how to do this, because why wouldn't she know how to do that as bodyguard? So she ends up like popping off all the bottles, and the guy's like stunned, like, oh, okay. So she obviously is trying to play dumb in some ways, and she's kind of grappling with the fact that she's like, I've already kind of revealed too much. Like, part of my role as a bodyguard is that I don't reveal too much about my profession or my life or anything like that, because she's supposed to be kind of undercover. The chapter I just finished off on left off on a little bit of a cliffhanger with somebody calling for help, so I have to kind of like put it aside for a moment while I'm obviously here at work doing some work stuff, but I'm very much liking this a lot better than my last book. And when I get home, what I will do is I will actually pull another card to see like what else gets kind of put into the mix. So we'll see what my next book might be. So now I'm home, and I was just editing the previous vlog clip that you saw. At the end of it, I said when I get home, I'm going to pull a new card, so I constantly always have 3 in the mix, and then I can pick based on my mood. And this will be great because I'm actually about to just go to the beach, and I need to bring a couple of different things with me while I'm there, because I will be there for the rest of the week through the rest of the challenge. So I'm just gonna go ahead and shuffle. And if you recall my previous books, oh, I dropped a card, so I'm just gonna pull that card. But if you recall, my previous books were Leather and Lark and The Lion Women of Tehran, I believe was the title. So this is the one that fell out of the deck. This is the King of Wands. Let's see what that corresponds to. Okay, so read a book with the chosen one trope. I'm gonna have to really see if I have any book of the month books with that trope. So let me do some research. If not, I may pull another card. So I did a little bit of research because I'm not always familiar with some of these tropes. The chosen one trope is usually someone who is the protagonist in the story, who is believed to be destined for great. They might rise to some sort of heroicism or fulfill a prophecy. And it's really hard to know like what is the chosen one trope going into books not knowing a lot about them. But I did like a basic Google search and it said that this one had the chosen one trope. We have the Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab. This is probably one of my biggest book of the month books. Let's see how many pages this is. And I've been putting it off because it's so big. It is 644 pages. I mean, it'll keep me pretty occupied on the beach. I'm just debating like if I want to bring one book or all 3 books that I have next on deck. I might just bring all 3, but I do know that I'm going to be visiting a bookstore on the way. So this potentially has the chosen one trope. The basic Google search that I did says that Tess, who is one of the main characters in this book, is described as having an unusual magical ability. I'm hoping it's good. I'm hoping all 3 of these books that I bring are good. As I'm kind of getting ready to pack up for going to the beach tomorrow, I think this is a pretty good lineup to bring. I think all 3 of these books will keep me pretty occupied while I'm on the beach. And in fact, I mean, it's like a lot of pages. Like this is got to be well over 1,000 pages worth of books. So I'm hoping that I get through these. But for now, I'm going to focus on finishing The Bodyguard. I think I can finish this today. I have like 110 pages left and it's flying by pretty quickly. So today's Thursday and I did finish The Bodyguard last night before going to bed. I think I'm going to rate this 4 stars. Overall, I really enjoyed the banter between these two. I really liked their fake dating relationship that obviously progressed into a real relationship and eventually marriage. And it was just like really cute. Lots of great family aspects to it. Like you get some backstory on the main female character's mother who had passed away at the very beginning of the story. And then the main male character, his mom is going through cancer treatments and stuff like that. So you get some of those heavier topics. And I think Catherine Center always does a really nice job of figuring out a way to not make that the focal point, but make it a point of, yes, there is like this real raw emotion that's coming from these characters and they are struggling with something, and they can also recognize that they can lean on the other person when they are struggling. There was also some really good mentions of like trauma-focused CBT or cognitive behavioral therapy or something along those lines, because there's different types of trauma therapy that can be done in the way that this book did it. So in this story, the main male character, I'm not going to spoil what it is, but he experiences some sort of traumatic event and he feels very guilty for it and he refuses to process it essentially. And so the main female character, Hannah, asks him to tell the story and trying to, you know, continuously tell it in a way that he can process the information without it being like a reliving circumstance. And that's one of those things that does happen in trauma-focused CBT. So I thought that was really interesting. Catherine Center wrote it very beautifully. She didn't like go super in depth into it, but definitely touched upon the surface and it was done very well, I think. So overall, I'm gonna rate this 4 stars. This one will get to stay on my shelves because I think I am just starting to collect Catherine Center's books, and I really do like the covers that she's coming out with recently. Actually, I went to the library recently and I did get her newest book, The Love Haters. This one, I think actually some of her newer books do have like sprayed edges and stuff, but this one I'm going to be reading in August for ARC August. I thought this would be fun to just read more Catherine Center because she's got really great books and I love her writing. I actually looked at my Goodreads last night and saw all of the Catherine Center books that I read so far, and it was a lot. I was like, dang, I think she might be one of my most read authors, which is fantastic. And I rated all of her books either 4 or 5 stars. My favorite by Catherine Center so far is Hello Stranger, which I want to say I read previously in a book of the month vlog. I think, I'm not sure though. And anyway, so it's only like 9:45 in the morning right now, and I started Leather and Lark this morning as I was getting ready. So I woke up at 6, so it's been a couple of hours, and I've had to go run some errands, but I'm already 34% through this book. I'm listening to it on audio at double speed, so it's going very, very quickly. I'm having a great time. This is definitely in the 4-star range for me, and I'm kind of surprised because I feel like a lot of people have talked about this book recently and they've been like, oh, I didn't really like that one, or like they liked it the least out of the series. I haven't read the 3rd book yet, so I can't tell you which one's my favorite so far, but I'm having a great time. Like, I don't have any problems with it. I think the banter is great, but again, I'm only 30% in, so maybe my thoughts could change for the rest of this book, the rest of the 70 whatever percent. We shall see, but overall it's going really well so far. In about 15 minutes, I'm actually gonna head over across the street to my neighbor's house. I went to this potluck thingy a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago at this point, and it was kind of an all-day potluck where you could sign up for what time you wanted to come. So me and Kyle went at the brunch hour or breakfast hour, and there was maybe a handful of people there, 5-6 people, including the people who actually live there. We left probably around noon, so then noon to whatever was the lunchtime like shift or whatever, and then there was a dinner shift. I don't really know what they're called. So apparently later in the day when I wasn't there, the neighbor who lives across the street from me came with her family. They were talking to the host of the potluck and had disclosed that they were like really interested in psychology, especially assessment psychology, which is what I do. The following Monday, the host came to my house and dropped off a little note that said, hey, such and such is really interested in psychology. Like, she recently graduated college and she would love to connect with you or whatever. So I reached out to her and I was like, hey, like, what's up? What do you want to know? And we ended up agreeing to meet for coffee, and she actually invited me over to her house for today to do Turkish coffee. So I don't know if I'm gonna get any vlog clips from that. Like, I don't plan on disclosing that I do booktube to her. Like, I'm just meeting her, and she's probably like 10 years younger than me, but it's interesting being at this point in my career and kind of being like a mentor for people, or just like sharing my experience. I'm hoping for some good coffee. I told Kyle, I was like, please don't give me black coffee. I need cream and sugar to survive, because I can't do black coffee, guys. But that is what I'm gonna get up to this morning. So I won't get any reading done, unfortunately. And then when I come back from her house, I am going to get to work because I have a lot of work I need to wrap up before we leave tonight for the beach. But so far, I think what I'm gonna do is take Leather and Lark with me. I should finish it. If I listen to the book the entire way to the beach, that's like a 3-hour trip. I'll probably finish it tonight or tomorrow. So I think that it'd be wise of me to select another tarot card and see if I can bring a 3rd book with me. I'm just afraid that I'm not gonna have enough to read, especially because I'm actually getting through a lot of these pretty quickly. I do plan on bringing some of the manga that I got from the library. Like, I got the entire Spy Family series, so I'll bring a lot of those to read on the beach and stuff, but I just want to have some backups. I like to have more options than I anticipate needing, you know, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna shuffle. See what I get. I want to actually just pull it this time instead of it falling. All right, what is this? This is the 7 of Pentacles. Let's see what this corresponds to. I always have to pull up the prompt sheet. Ooh, okay. So the 7 of Pentacles, read a book that you believe is an investment into yourself or self-care. Oh, okay. This one's gonna be another hard one because I don't really know what would fit that. Like, my mind thinks about a non-fiction type of book, but I mean, it could just be a book that I enjoy, right? Like, that is an investment in myself and it's considered self-care. So I'm just gonna take a look at what I have, what I think speaks to this prompt, and just go with it. So I promise this is not like a Catherine Center focused vlog, but I think this is the last Catherine Center book that I own through Book of the Month that I haven't read. This is What You Wish For. I think this is promoting my self-care through reading. It's an investment in myself because I enjoy reading, and I don't really know much about this other than it is some sort of romance type of book, chick lit maybe. So I think I'll take this and that'll round out my 3 book of the month books that I want to bring to the beach with me. And if I don't read it, I don't read it. But so far I have What You Wish For by Catherine Center to bring with me to the beach. I will have The Lion Women of Tehran, and I will have The Fragile Threads of Power. And I'm kind of debating if I should just, I mean, I'll see how far I get into it today, but if I'm pretty close to the end, by the time we leave for the beach, I'll probably just leave this home so I don't have to bring extra stuff. So this may or may not come with me. All right, gotta jet off to coffee, and I'll let you know how my reading goes. All right, we have made it to the beach. This is our condo that we stay in. Hi, little kitchen. Everything's kind of dark right now. It's like 9:30 at night. But let's see. Take you over here. And the beach is, not that you can really see, but the beach is out there. I'll show it to you in the morning. Okay. Go see our bedroom, because our bedroom's always really nice. I love what his uncle and his uncle's partner have done. This is our bedroom, and there's like a little nook over here. How cute. Yeah. And then the bathroom's over here. Ooh, that's bright. Bathroom, very pretty. Hello. All right, I'm gonna unpack and go to sleep.
We were nothing alike, and I kinda like that. Came from different sides of the crosstown tracks. Guess it's true sometimes opposites attract, but it never lasts. So maybe it was just the right thing lining up at the wrong time. And I think maybe if I'd held on tight, she'd still be sitting by my side. I'll never know, I'll never know. I don't like messing with regrets, but I doubt you'd ever leave my head. What could I have done? Could I have said I'll never know, I'll never know. Oh, I'll never know, I'll never know. Oh, I'll never know, I'll never know. You made a country club pool feel like Malibu Beach. Sure, your parents had money, but you like to drink cheap. Should've known the first moment you're out of my league, but you said you liked me. Oh, I bet it was a right thing lining up at the wrong time. And I think maybe if I'd held on tight, she'd still be sitting by my side. I'll never know, I'll never know. I don't like.
So I finished Leather and Lark. I really liked this one. I think I'm gonna give this 4.5 stars. I know a lot of people didn't really like the graphic audio moaning sexy scenes. I kind of like them. Sorry, don't tell anybody. But I had a great time with this book. To me, it wasn't as good as Butcher and Blackbird, but I still really enjoyed it. So another book down for me. The next book I picked up, I haven't gotten very far into it. I picked up What You Wish For by Catherine Center. I'm literally like 5-10 pages in. I don't know, I was listening and then I fell asleep on the beach. I have been reading Spy Family while on the beach, so I did finish volume 2 and I'm like a third of the way through volume 3. I'm loving these books. I'm having a great time. Like, I'm just having a really great vacation so far. So far, I'm not burnt. I just feel really gross, like the sunscreen feeling. I mean, I might be getting a little bit of a tan. Hopefully that's not burn. But yeah, so it's going really well. But we're about to head out to this place called Nantucket's for like a what we call fancy dinner. So we just kind of get dressed up and we enjoy each other's company, and I will try to show you guys what I end up getting because I always get something good there. So we'll see what kind of food fancies my appetite tonight, and I'll show some b-roll of whatever. I don't know what we're gonna get up to. I'm kind of tired, like hot, like because of the heat and the sun and everything. I'm just kind of tired. I just want to like chill. All right, bye.
Saw your silhouette in the backlight. Swear we could have met in a past life. Dreaming every night like the last time.
Today's Saturday. It's the last day of the Book of the Month reading challenge. And what have I done today? So I did a whole lot of sitting around at the pool, sitting at the beach. It is like almost 5 o'clock p.m. and I've been outside all day. And yes, the tan lines be tan lining. I may have gotten burned, but I don't feel burnt, so I don't know. Well, I did finish Spy Family Volume 3. Then I did pick up Spy Family Volume 4, and I'm not very far. I think I read, I don't know, 20 pages or so, and then I got like really distracted with other stuff going on. And I got quite a bit of the way through this book, so I'm about 46% through What You Wish For, and it's kind of taking a long time, in my opinion, to get the main couple to a point where they like talk. It's all like setting up stuff still. So this book is feeling very much like a 3-star for me. I'm not quite sure what it is about it that is like not resonating with me like other books. It just doesn't have that same banter, the same cutesiness that other Catherine Center books have. And I don't know where this falls in line with the other books that I've read by her, but I know this was written in 2020, so I don't know if her writing has changed drastically since 2020 and she started writing the way that I like, more of like her newer stuff. But so far it's going okay. But like I said, I'm about 46% through. I suspect that I'll finish this tomorrow, so I'll probably wrap up my vlog a little bit late, but it is what it is. So these are probably all the books you're gonna see me talk about this week. So far it's been a pretty good week, and I'll come back with some stats and stuff when I finish this book.
I'm here by your side and you look in my eyes and I think you're the one, 'cause I'm so hypnotized, yeah. You're here in the morning, but it's all in my head. I don't want this to end, to end. I won't let this be over. Want you to stay. If you let me closer, baby, give me everything. What are you thinking of? Tell me about yourself. If you believe in love, I don't want nothing else. What are you thinking of? Tell me about yourself. If you believe in love, I don't want nothing else. 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 Want nothing, baby. What are you thinking of? Tell me about yourself. If you wanna be in love, I don't want nothing else. What are you thinking of? Tell me about yourself. If you wanna be in love, I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing else. I don't want nothing else.
So I'm back home and I have totally finished the Book of the Month reading challenge. I'm just coming at you a couple days late with my stats, but I did end up reading a total of 4 books this week. So this came out to 1,320 pages. I also read 2 mangas during this time, but I didn't count them as part of my challenge. So I'm pretty happy that I got through 4 books. Out of the 4 books, the only one that I'm going to be unhauling is Not That I Could Tell, because I did not really like it. But the other 3 books are ones that I will be keeping. I do need to update you guys on this book because I don't think I finished out my vlog yet with my ratings on this. So it started off really slow, and there was one point where we finally got to the root of why Duncan, the male main character in the story, is putting all of these changes into the school. So he's trying to essentially ramp up these schools' security policies and just try to make it a safer school, because I think they're down in Texas where guns are a little bit more abundant. So there are some trigger warnings that you will want to check with this book. I would say this is probably one of the heaviest Catherine Center books that I've read. It does have to do with gun violence and a past traumatic history that has to do with guns. And so it makes sense why Duncan is trying to enforce all of these new policies and changes. Well, you find out what exactly happened, and I was listening to it and I literally made a big old frowny face. And I shed a tear or two because I was like, wow, that is really sad. If you get to that point, I believe it was like chapter 22 or somewhere around that range. But if you read this book and you get there, it is very, very impactful. And I was like, just really sad for it, because it is the truth in America. Like, that's what happens. There are these things that happen at schools. Yeah, so that was just a really sad moment in this book. And I think overall ended up being a 4-star book. I had a good time reading this, and I really enjoyed the journey for Duncan and Samantha. It was definitely a slower paced book, especially in the beginning. Like, it took quite a bit for their romance to take off, but then you later find out that they happen to actually really like each other, but no one decided to make a move. And then finally it kind of comes out that they're both very, very interested in each other. You get all of this backstory. They reveal all of their baggage and their trauma. So yeah, overall a 4-star. So let's kind of go through what I rated each of these books. So starting off with Not That I Could Tell, I believe I rated this 2 stars. Did not have the best time with this one. And then I read The Bodyguard, and I gave this one 4 stars. Then I read Leather and Lark, and I'm gonna land on 4.5 for this one. And finally, What You Wish For is gonna get a 4 stars. So overall, I had a 2-star, 2 4-stars, and a 4.5, which will likely get rounded up to 5 stars on Goodreads because they don't do half-star ratings. I think this was a pretty successful vlog, and I was able to figure out what I wanted to keep and not keep. And then I will just continue dwindling down my book of the month backlist until I have no more. I wasn't the only one participating in this round. We did have several people joining, so I'm going to read off the stats for them. So I somehow was the grand prize winner this round at 1,320 pages. We had Aquiller with 1,241 pages. We had Lexi with 1,012 pages. Tiara at 802. Kiana with 650, Emma with 627, Jen with 409, Lauren with 380, and then Molly with 206. Now, I don't know if all of those are the final. I just took with whatever people gave me, so if people didn't update me, I may not have the final numbers, but that is what I had at the time of filming this end clip, which was Tuesday, so they had plenty of time to get it in. If you're able to join us for the next round of the Book of the Month Reading Challenge, I will likely have an announcement go up sometime in the beginning of September, but it will be happening September 28th through October 4th, and then there are some talks about there being another round sometime in like November, December, because I do have a couple of Christmassy / winter themed Book of the Month books, so that would be a great time to get those done. But thank you guys for coming along with me as I read through some of my Book of the Month backlist. I hope you enjoyed all of the beach B-roll that I put in here because that was just a much needed vacation. I had such a good time. Yes, I ended up getting burnt. So it wasn't really bad. It was a minor sunburn, no peeling or anything like that, just like itchiness and redness. But overall, I did the work. I put the sunscreen on, okay? Like I did my due diligence, but the sun was just, it was intense, okay? And I sat under the umbrella. Anyways, if you got to the end of this video and you don't have anything to say, go ahead and leave me some sort of beach emoji. And don't forget to hit that like button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Saw you